Welcome back, everybody. On today's episode, I have the wonderful Charles Calvino of the famous Calvino family. I'm totally making this up right now. Loving your bedroom. Thank you for not having any bras hanging up. This is not like an interview, but thank you.
I got a lot of Cambodian Leos hanging somewhere around here, so if you want to see, that.
No, ma'am. Just hang your sarongs in the bathroom. So excited to have you on here. This is like the first time we're talking video, but we talk like every day. Which is crazy. Literally every day. I want to kind of bring it back to maybe like a year ago. I want to say like the first video that I saw of like you, and I knew that you kind of worked closely with Lena from Gracious Market, and I was like, who is this child? Like all of his videos are literally like food porn, and like why am I like finding this like oddly satisfying? Maybe you want to talk a little. Maybe you want to talk a little bit about your page. I know you do food blogging. I know you do a lot of like camera work. Tell us who you are.
So I am the originator of Charles Calvino. I go by Charles or Charlie, my government name. And I just have a passion for sexy food. Like every time I see food or if I make food, like I see something in my mind and the next day I would bring it to life. And I just find it fascinating that you can turn something that, you know, we all eat and just turn it into something just very like orgasmic, like porn, like food porn, you know, like melted cheese all in slow motion. You got to do your still pose, you know. Sometimes you get cramps doing it and it's worth it. So, and you know, you just got to do it for the gram. I'm not part-time, but I do it on the side. I am a retired hairstylist as well. So I'm very artsy with my hands. So I see a vision, like if I'm looking at you, I said, hey, you're due for a trim.
Oh.
But
tried it.
So it's just like that.
Okay.
But no, I just love creating things and bringing it to life as much as I can, whether it be a simple floss. I can make it look sexy going in between your teeth and stuff.
Why do you have floss? We're interviewing. Come on, let's be professional. For those that don't follow Charles, you should follow him because the food porn is so intense. Like everything, a lot of things are in slow-mo, and I feel like when I started talking to you, I was kind of like low-key making fun of you, but in a like a lighthearted way. Like, let me just put this dramatic slow-mo to like some sad song by who knows, Celine Dion or whatever. And I was like, look at me, I'm Charles. And then I think that's like when we started talking.
Right. You know, and the first time I got your tag and you did all that stuff or whatever, I find it so funny, but then I was just like, no, I think I'm going to tell her, you got to go slowly. You got to go slowly into it. You got to ease your way into it and then shift, you know?
Yeah.
So I thought it was cool. And I find it flattering that everybody likes my videos and stuff. And I'm working on better quality, better camera, so I can bring something different to the table, you know, especially with me being Khmer and stuff.
Because Khmer people like to talk about other people's plates of food, so they can't come for yours.
Child, Khmer people can talk all they want because I'm still eat good, sleep good. So
let's talk a little bit about that segue. So I know obviously you're Khmer, and I think we share a commonality of being family, aka like gay and Cambodian, so I think we have that commonality. But I don't think a lot of people know that too. I think people follow your page. I think they may know that you are, and then you also do a lot of, you work closely with Lena, who is a brand that kind of represents like being Cambodian too. So what is that like for you being like gay and Cambodian and growing up Khmer?
It's kind of like a little hard for me to explain because growing up I was always myself. When I was born, my mom, you know, I thought I was going to be the last one. And I don't think it's my mom's fault. I wouldn't say fault that I am the way I am. My family was just so accepting to whatever I do or whatever I am. I've seen like home videos of myself and just seeing my parents love me so much to where whether, you know, my mom would dress me up in all pink sweats, Care Bear, and all that stuff or whatever. You know, I was little that time. I didn't know. I had a pink bottle. I had a pink bow. I had long hair all the way down to my waist until my uncle had said something to my mom's side. Yeah, I had long wavy hair, and my uncle was like, you know, you ought to cut your son's hair. The girl, what anyone thinks, he is my son. And so I didn't really have a coming out story growing up, and I wish I did, because I can probably help, you know, other people, you know, come out whenever they feel like they need to, just, you know, just to be their guidance and stuff. So all my life, I've just been the way I am. What you see is what you get, basically. And like I said, I come from it's very accepting. Whatever we do, we're always behind each other 100%.
Yeah, I'll say you have a very big family, and what we talk about is what it seems as far as like pictures, you guys all seem very close.
My family we're very close. Believe it or not, there's 3 of us that's gay, and there's 3 of us that's straight. So it
balance.
We're just one big gay half.
Did we already talk about voracious market or no?
We were, and then we got into the part where, like, how was it like growing up gay and being so being affiliated with voracious market. You know, I've been with, you know, someone in the past, and I've worked with them with sauces, and it didn't really work out. And I've just admired Voracious Market and Lena's work. And so I just kept looking at her page, and I was just drawn to how professional, how modernized, but still have that authenticity of our culture and recipes and stuff. I was just so drawn to it. And just one day, we just got a random, you know, DM, like asking us, like, hey, you know, just getting to know us and stuff. And from then on, we just kicked it like we were like brothers and sisters, and it's since, and I couldn't be any happier to work with Voracious Market.
I love you guys' sauces. Like,
thank you.
My favorite one right now is the spicy truffle aioli sauce. I have literally been putting it on everything.
Oh man.
Like, it's
bomb.
so good. I was gonna say, how does that work? Because she's all the way over in Seattle, and you're all the way over in Columbus, Ohio. So how does that work as far as you guys being business partners across the country, of like miles and miles away?
So by now we're used to our time zones and stuff. I know when she wakes up, she knows when I wake up. Obviously I wake up first, and we communicate during the day while I'm at work and she's just getting up. And so we normally communicate during that time, and at work I'm already home. So we still talk to each other just like how I talk to you every day. It just works out. The whole sauces and all that stuff, you know, she has her own facility that she does, and all her sauces over. We talk about ingredients and measurements and all that stuff to perfect the sauce, just so that you know, we get like, she'll send me like little trials to taste, and you know, it's like that. It's not like, oh, okay, good. She'll send me, and I'll taste each sample, and then if she agrees with it, I agree with it, and go from there. Like the aioli took at least 6 months to perfect before because it's like a back and forth thingy and then send another one. I don't know. So
yeah.
And then we just jot down the measurements and recipes from there.
You guys are, and I mean, you know, on the page, I like try everybody's stuff. You guys made the shift from, and I probably won't go into too much detail because I know we're gonna have Lena on in another few interviews down the road. Exactly. So you guys made the shift from like glass to bottles, which I think also made the sauces more appealing, you know, too. And I know you do like a lot of like the photo and the videography piece, and maybe you can talk a little bit about like branding, marketing for my company, and like what that means, maybe advice for those that are maybe thinking about starting too. It's like that piece. I think sometimes people forget is the marketing piece, and I feel like as a Khmer person, we tend to be very picky with our sauces and what brands we like. And for you guys, I think what you do really well is the marketing piece. So for those that may be thinking about starting a company and, you know, utilizing influencers and social media, I think you guys, you know, work really well as a team, because you just have like that eye for what, you know, that would look good as far as marketing goes for like her sauces. So maybe talk a little bit about social media and marketing your sauces, especially for the new generation that's buying things online.
Right. Basically, you know, we start from the ground up with, you know, definitely definitely marketing is like the number one strategy. And by having a creativity mindset, I bring it to life, like I said. And not only that, it's more about interacting with your fellow followers and stuff, and just more sources, and just being more in tune to what you guys put out there. Not only that, like I said, the website, everything is labeled, from recipes, ingredients and stuff. Like, you really have to dig down deep into the recipes and just make sure like it's like how would you say it, like on point for people to understand, for the new generations to like follow. Because not a lot of the new generations nowadays can be like, oh, I'm gonna go pick up lekre from the store and be like, let's hand it together and so you kind of have to, like me, I feel like we have to break where you explain like the whole mortar and pestle, and just using that to the generations nowadays. Some of them want to get more in tune with the recipes and the of the Khmer cuisine. So we really have to be very detailed to what we know for ourselves. Like, for example, I grew up watching my mom cook. Like, it's embedded in my brain. Like, I see it whenever I close my eyes. So if I'm trying to put it out there to my fellow followers and stuff, I want to make sure I have the right source, and just make sure you're very detailed about everything, just so that we still have our culture and our recipes how it normally was back then.
Speaking of recipes, we can talk about the recipes, guys. So
we'll get into that later.
Yeah. So in regards to like food blogging, what do you think a lot of people like go to your page, and where do you want to go with your page? I know we talked a little bit about like going full time as far as like food blogging and making it a business, but I think you do have a good sense of like Khmer followers that they're always asking you for recipes, and I think you slowly started dropping it too. Because I think like if I would want ideas, I would go to your page, like especially like the aesthetic of it all. I enjoy that, and I think a lot of people that start food blogging don't always know the tips and tricks, so maybe you could talk a little bit about that.
With me, we were just talking about how when it comes to like, because I do like for years now of people asking for recipes, and in the back of my mind, I'm more of like, I just do this as a hobby, and I just want to show my work and all this stuff. And then later on, when I started evolving myself from doing little small stuff to like now making the whole like big Cambodian cuisines and recipes, and now everybody's wanting to know and learn about it. And I even have like elderly grown-ups asking me as well, so I'm flattered. Awesome. And now it's more of like, because back then I just feel bad because I have a recipe in mind. I just wanted people to know like this is not a recipe channel. It's more of just me just pushing out my food and just food in general. But now I think about it, like everybody is like looking up to your foods, and they want to know how you do this, how you do that, just so that they can learn as well. And with us being in pandemic right now and being quarantined, like this is the perfect time for most younger Khmer generations to learn right now, because most of us are basically home most of the time, and I just I take a little more time now out of my day. I just make recipes and stuff for people to jump into my highlights whenever they need it. So I've been doing that recently, and I've been telling them that I'm gonna slowly transition to putting my recipes out there. So
woo. All right, guys, I think we're running out of time. Charles, thank you so much for joining me today and talking to our audience about food and food porn. Yeah, nasty, but I do want to talk to you in another video. Hopefully I can have you on the channel. Is we talk a little bit more about being gay in Cambodian. Hopefully I'll have you in another video soon. So thank you, Charles, again. Don't forget to follow Charles right here.
Thank you for having me.
You guys know the drill. Until next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.